by steps as having been abuse and neglect. Then I said, this statistic, if it is US, and the Oba Ghana, there, hey, there be billions. Some of us are victims of child abuse. O papa uajao na okot na wona na ho. Won once you share no di wonsa awuram. Won wa bayira osegine di ehye. People have gone through fire. It is by God's grace that today we are all here. Now let's look at yelling at children. I want to know which parent has never yelled before. Why name tia ubita? Last 2 weeks it was hell in my house. I yelled and yelled. It got to a time I said, no, I'm dying. Why name tia ubita? Yelling. What are some of the effects psychologically? That's what we're going to look at. Yelling means to utter a loud cry, scream, or shout on somebody. At times, so some of the children, you see them urinating. A child said, "The papa tia mama, papa nanka se na ni nyina ye free atofo." Say the short answer is because we feel so overwhelmed and angry, which makes us raise our voice that way. Hello, what is your name? Say anytime you shout on them, they don't know why you are shouting. Do you know why? Say adeno ye say yo Inti upa pani mamina wutia munu a waste of time. One tears ye a janyan sheno into a dija who grow was wutiano. Unima de ko majanan sheno. Never say next time Obeko Jano Uncle Biu. So when you are yelling at them, shouting, unim nientia oye. Let's be very careful, Mama.
I could remember when my daughter was a child, she was always attracted to fire. I've tried stopping her, I couldn't. So I decided I would just follow her up to the fire. So I followed her gently and waited, and she stretched this and it bent her. And I said, have you seen it? So ever since, she doesn't get near to fire again.
Some of them, they experience certain basic things. And they say, oh, you see, on question, no, one way you're police for better. But there are certain things they do that they will get a small experience of it that day. Then they are okay. So please, let us be very careful with this kind of thing. And according to this author, parents educator, Laura, stated that children rely on their parents for learning. If anger and associated aggression like shouting is part of what a child perceives as normal in their family, their behavior will reflect that later. So, Sanya, Wotiantian officer, a subia air normal. You understand? And some of the children, as we see some of the things, they also yell on their colleagues when they go to class. They shout. Because they know that it's a normal thing to do in the house. And I tell you, when I went to my sister's end at the Volta region, there was a Muslim home. Everything you hear was shout. And the day I came back to my mother after 6 years, she wept one evening. I don't know why. My behavior became so so the woman was crying. Well, was it one to say it's serious. Oh, they are tired. For them, they have finished their job. So your number one job as a parent, after assuring the safety of your children, is to manage your emotion. Amen. So after providing shelter, giving them education and everything, another thing you need to fight against, control your emotion. Control. especially when they are 10 years up. Control your emotion. There was this man called Jean Piaget, the teachers know very well, who propounded a theory about how children develop. And he has given us 4 stages: the sensory motor stage, 0 to 2 years, what the child does at that point in time. And then he gave all the stages, every stage and what the child learns. And therefore, let us be very careful the things we say. Now, let's look at the effect of yelling on our children. Recent research points out that yelling makes children more aggressive. The more you yell, the more they become more aggressive. Be very careful. More aggressive, physical and verbal. Yelling in general, no matter what the context, is an expression of anger. It scares children and makes them feel insecure. You have a nice home. The television, their cartoons, their CDs, they used to play. But the shout in the house made the child to feel insecure. And as I was in the office one day, a child of 8 years walked to me, Laboni here, and said, "Pastor, I want to be in your house. I don't want to go home." Why? If you know, and when I called the dad and mom, they were so sorry for what they did. 8-year-old girl, she feels like she doesn't want to go to the house. Everything is provided, but she's not happy because of yelling and shouting, insulting, and name calling. Now, the number one thing that yelling does is that yelling makes children behavior problems get worse. Their problems get worse. You know, Mami Celine, some of the children is from Homo. They have yelled on them and they are hardened, and now you are bearing the cost in the classroom. Akwadano subaina saikura. Okasetina no sorry. Very, very, very pathetic. So let us be very careful. Yelling makes children behavior more problem. The problem gets worse. 2, yelling changes the way their brain develops. You see, when they are young like that, the brain develops. The more we yell at them, their brain functions begins to change. So let us be very careful. Oh, so for bompai ma me ba de honhom mi ha no oboa nya honhom. Wona wo ye ne saa wo fie ho. Watia no ama na adwen nyina asoro. Nti nya honhom bia borensam wada o ma wo fie. You have created a monster and now it is fighting against you. So let us be very careful. So yelling affects their brains, and this study conducted shows that the scan has shown that the children have a problem with their brain. Those who are abused, traumatized. And therefore some of our children go to school, they learn, they don't understand because their brain is not functioning as it used to be. Number 3, yelling can lead to depression. Do you know that? Children are also depressed. Some of the children are on depressive drugs. Who say ya tia wama say you know akwadano why nervous. And I tell you, if you go to schools, and that's why now Ghana Education Service, we are pushing for counseling in every school, especially private schools. Aha me way pastor office na me use. Osanka menya office na me operate properly, professionally. But since I came, I saw that it has helped. Because I've met a child whose parents have issues. By the end of the day, through the child, they came together. And counseling helps. You need to go for it. You need to go. And therefore, children are depressed. Teachers teach. They don't understand. Because in the home, we are always shouting at them. At the children class, some of them in the morning, they don't want to come to church. Because teachers over there at times harass some of them. And they don't want to come. It's serious. Number 4, yelling has effect on physical health. As the child is supposed to grow, we're yelling on the child. The child is always thinking. The child is not growing as the child is supposed to grow. And psychologically, the child is affected, and it affected the child's health. And therefore, let us be very careful as parents, the way we shout on our children at home. Then yelling can cause chronic pain It leaves pain in their heart. And one day I finished presenting this in a church. As I went to that small office, a lady, very beautiful, came with tears. Said, "Pastor, you have touched my wound. I'm a victim of this. I've been abused for almost 20 years by my auntie. And since then, I've vowed not to get closer to the family anymore. And that pain is still in my heart. Help me get it out. It is affecting my life. Through yelling and other things, I was not able to go to school." You see? So let us be very careful. It leaves pain in the life of the child. And some of our young ones seated here, they have pain in their hearts. They wish you are not their parents. And those of us, you defocus sinese obiti and chain. Those of us who pick children or other people staying with us, and God is watching us. I'm a victim of these things, so I know how painful it is. The trauma I went through for 6 years. I will pound the fufu in the house, but I will never eat it. I eat 2 slices of yam with soup without fish. But I pound the fufu. I do all the donkey work in the house. So it got to a time I went to a friend and I decided to I told a friend that I want to run away from my sister's hand, my own sister. And then told the mother, and the mother called me and said, "Udania, when you yida, pass through the fire and you'll be stronger." But I tell you, it is not easy. And I don't wish this to happen to any child. And therefore, as a church, we need to be very careful. The way people stay with us, we treat them. If you don't like them, take them to their parents. Why do you treat them like that? And God is watching. At times, who eat the better part of the food, the leftover, then we give it to them. Why do you do that as a human? Even your dog will not eat that food. But the one staying must eat it. At times, we just beat them. Starve the person for a week. No food. May God have mercy upon us. Don't let us leave pain in the hearts of people. Now, let's look at practical, positive disciplinary attitudes that we need to win back. We can't leave children to misbehave. Okay? Today, GES says we shouldn't cane. And children have become something else in the school. Yamwa babiu. Broni bi a wabeto domre efri Ghana. Edia to plain mudiko was here fine pa. Cane going to lash the children over there. But we are sitting here, we said no, they should continue to fool. And they are fooling and we are watching them. My house, I have one over there. The moment I pull it out, then all the nonsense stop. At times you have to. We don't go extreme. Let's look at this one. Positive ways of correcting our children. Give yourself a timeout when you are too annoyed of the problem. And you want to beat the child. You hurt the child. Please, take a timeout. Some of us, when we are annoyed, we want to beat. And that's why we hurt the children. Hold the child's ear. And then we squeeze it like that. You've forgotten that it is affecting the child's eardrum. And some of the teachers, this one, you sit down. And the child, keep quiet. God have mercy upon us. If you're a parent and you are here and your child comes from school and tell you that as young as they are, the teacher give them a knock, my friend, you have to be serious about it. It affects their brains. And then we laugh over it. Oh, you are too stubborn. That's why. Be very careful. So give yourself time out. 2, talk about the emotions. If they are grown and they can listen to you, talk to them. Even these people, they understand. Tell the child, look, I'm hurt. You are disturbing. Talk to them. You think they don't know anything? Talk. You see what they are doing with the phone? Before you get a password, you see what they can do. So talk about it. Tell the child, anger is not normal feeling one can learn if we manage it properly. You'll be annoyed, but don't go extreme. Those of you who have children who are 10 years, 15 and 20, 18, sit them down, talk to them. Don't shout on them. Number 3, address the bad behavior calmly but firmly. Amen. So if, where is John? John, come. You see this young boy? You see, when he misbehaves, talk to him calmly. If you want to discipline him, after talking to him instantly, deal with him. Don't allow him to go. We are not going to cane you the way you are feeling jittery in my hand. If you leave this boy 1 week later, then he's sitting down. Then you just take a cane, okay? And then start caning him. Why? What crime has he caused? You see that he cannot remember exactly what happened 2 weeks ago. He will hate you. So, let me ask this question. Do you lash before you talk to the child, or you talk before you lash? Which one comes first? How many of you support talk before you lash? Let me see you by hand. You don't have confidence. Your hands are all down. How many of you believe in the context that you say what? After talking, then you lash. How many of you support that idea? We are going to vote too. How many of you support that idea? Okay, so after talking, then you discipline. Then how many of you also believe that you discipline, allow the child to cry a bit, stop for some time, woo the child to yourself, and tap the child and say, sorry for giving you this. The reason is A, B, C, D. How many of you believe in that one? I've seen a hand over there. Naturally, you need to, yes, you also believe in that. It is how you do it. Any of them works. If the child is a small one, let's say 4. 4 years. Do you beat before you talk? Or you talk before you beat? That is it. Trying to piao, piao. The reason why you have taken this one. But on your one, you talk. After that, you administer justice. Then you go on your way. When the child cries and she stops, go there and tell the child, I'm sorry I beat you today. I love you so much. But because of ABCD, so don't continue again, so that we'll be free. Tap the child. If you want to give something, you give. Then the child sees that love continues. It's very important. Then the 4th one, use consequences, but leave out the threats. Deal with the child. Don't give threats. You, I'll not pay your school fees again. You, this Christmas, I'll not buy this for you. It's wrong. Why are you doing that? Deal with the issue. Don't use things you do for the child as a stumbling block. Dachi, one here, or the bedu. So be very careful. Threats are not good. Now let's look at this as we get to a close. Look at this girl, 11 years. What is happening over there? Because the mother has been yelling on her, you see that now she's aggressive. She is stopping the mother from not talking to her. You see that the behavior now is very, very difficult now. And some of them, some of you, your children are growing taller than you. At times they will look like this and you are. They will push you away. Because you are not following the appropriate thing. They see that you are indisciplined. And the child, you see? And we have so many of them in our schools. A teacher will talk and then they will snap the teacher. Avoid yelling at them. Avoid it. Very, very dangerous. Look at this one. A boy who is grown. The boy is looking somewhere and the mother is talking. After all, what is it? People like this, if you are a father, if you don't take care one day, you throw blows in the house. Be very, very, very careful. Today they are young and you have that strength to shout. Be very careful. Look at this one. Look at it. Yelling at the child and the child's ear. An innocent child. And that's what they go through in our homes, in our churches, in our schools. Look at this. What is this one? Diplomatic way of talking to the child. You see it? A child who is, let's say, 10, 11, 12. The father get the child seated. You see it? And now, the father is addressing the issue as an adult. Come. You come. Yes. The two of you come. Come. That group. Come. Hey, don't sit. Horace's daughter. Elder. Hey, hi, you come. What's the name, Elder? I told you, I said, hey, Chelsea. I said, hey. Who are bringing Chelsea here? Look at this woman. How old are you? 13 years. Stand here. Come. How old are you? 13. How old are you, actually? 8. Now look at these women here. You need to be diplomatic when you are dealing with them. What is the name of your brother, the last one? So, Elder, when you are dealing with the two of them, you come home, you see that the hall is turned upside down. Everything jumbles up, and you want to punish. What punishment will you give to this one? She is the leading person in the house. Then the other one, the one after you, you are 3. What punishment, all of you, do you think you give to her? Yes, come. Elder, please help us. What punishment will you give to her? Will you give to her? And then what punishment will you give to this one? And then the last one. They've messed up everything. Your TV, they use water to clean the face. And then now water is coming from the nose of the TV. They have bathed it nicely, seated. And then the hall is full of mercy. What will you do to this one? Then what punishment are we going to give? And then what is the other one? Sofo, come. Please come. Sofo, come. Oh, Sofo is running away. Don't worry. Because he thought that he's feeling shy. So what punishment? Okay, we have gotten another one. Yes. What punishment will you give? Elder. Wow. Stress is severe. Hospital. Police for barbecue. Yes, what punishment? I mean, we are going to punish. But how should we go about it? This one. I didn't anybody know. Yes. I've seen your daughter raising her hand. Yes, Elder. Okay, you talk to her first. Then after that, you administer justice. Then this man who don't know anything was following the sister, and he also supporting. What will you do to him? Will you administer justice? maybe he is the brain behind. So this one, if you are administering justice, Cain, let's say we are giving this one 2 lashes, then he will take 1. Make sure he takes 1. And tell them the difference, the reason why this one takes 2, this one takes 1. What of this one? This one, I don't think we administer justice over here. So you also administer justice. Hey, Elder is going too far. You see? Thank you. What of this one? If this one is involved, the two of them, what will be their punishment? Look at it. They have tangerine. Take care of that one. Listen to the tangerine. You see the tangerine? It tells you something. That these people here, the two of them, if you think that you can use a cane on them to correct a behavior, you are making a mistake. they need talk, one-on-one. You see, if you deal with them with canes, everything, I tell you, these two people will be your enemy in the house. So call them and let them sit down and said, have you seen the things you have done? Are you happy? Say, no, we're not happy. Say, well, because you are not happy, now the fish I give you anytime you eat, I'm going to divide it into 2. Are you listening? So you take half for 1 week. It's punishment. Talk to them. Because if care is not taken, these people, some of them will be menstruating, right? At this age, 13, others are lower. Others, you get 10 people who are almost in there because of their body size. So, talking, correcting. Then, if you want to discipline them, you want to cane, it should be here. Not the buttocks. It should be here. I'm going to give you 3 lashes. Bring your hand. Pow, 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 3. You go and sit down. As they are here, don't try to beat them using the buttocks to beat them. They are nursing it. Is it for the buttocks? Oh, elder. Yes, my dear.
Lucrative punishment rather than canes, you know. And of course, baby, you can't hit a child with an object, right? I'm just thinking about lucrative punishment. It is this particular one. You better me a man Jumaye. Ninu no more demo no more. And your man a good from her no. Because she wouldn't want to do it on the normal on your BBR. So it's a punishment for her. In as much as she's learning how to keep tidy, at the same time, you've gotten something very lucrative. She's learned something with the punishment, and at the same time, something is done for you as well. And so you benefit. So we can look at these kinds of punishments as well for them. Bibi, severe, and so ebaba, I can understand that one. Right.
As they tidy, you have used all the tricks. Maybe do this way. That's what I'm saying. They have done everything. Now they are used to it. They know that mommy, after all, what will mommy say? Mommy will say I should go and do something. Is that not it? That time, some is at least.
So we need variety of the punishment. So.
Because for group here, I was so many who say I didn't track a certain level. Yeah. Then it will be not all the time. Because you can't be beating them.
Young ladies know more. Yes. You talk to them.
Yes.
Yeah. Ebi you honoma obono no I say. Why you say? Why you use it? I was obono no I say.
That means we are already beating them and they are now hardened.
Even in school, you know,
Yeah.
sometimes you say, "Oh, babone," I will say,
Oh yeah.
And to me, woman, said this
particular
one.
Hardened.
Why you used to, and then obesro. I remember my sister, my niece, now or yes stubborn, so we disconnected the internet.
Okay.
We called the mobile phone people, my service phone, no more how to disconnect. She went to the router to reset the router.
Wow.
Mom said, "You are very funny. What you did is very stupid." It's just
wow.
because So I'm just thinking, saying to me, in fact, say be on a holiday, yen to me,
Cutting off.
Can
it off.
And I
It's
said
good.
those kind of things
You can do that.
very, very important.
To her.
If you see a camper, or then the number for but to me about that one chain, you will kill her.
Yes.
Those kind of things, you know.
Very
I
important.
Think they come now a variety.
It's good.
So it's just
But you move no, we dear no, maybe a free bano. One man, your man, Fahua, Maza. Oh, Benya problem. What we are saying, please sit down. What we are saying is that we don't just beat. We don't encourage that. Say bibiania, abato, bibiania. No, they will be hardened. But make sure that, yes, sit down. But make sure that, sit down. So make sure that you talk to the child. You talk to the child. You see, we don't beat beyond certain levels. Even in some schools, before they beat the child, the headmaster calls you and log. And then supervise the caning. No teacher labone, they don't cane. It is like that. So let us be very careful with these kinds of things. And then let's do more talking. And then cut some aspect of the important things in their life. To correct the behavior. Now let's look at this one. Yes, it's also good. They are also dialoguing. Now let's look at this one. What are you saying? The two people are yelling at the same time. In fact, nko dani bi ha dwen no kura o. Otimi ya de pa na ko woni papiem. O kasa na wani pupu sei. It's not easy. Look at this one too. Another diplomatic way of talking to the child. You see it? Who told you that they don't listen? They listen. They listen. But some of them, they are very difficult. But we need to bear with them. Look at this one. You see? After you deal with the child, you go and hug the child and talk to the child. You don't let the child see that you are, you don't care about them. Have much playing objects in the house. Available records have shown that where children don't have much toys and play materials, they misbehave. Ukofia toy ba ko toy na ye fi na da gatem. Otuma kwa danu anu adoji. Otu anu adoji. It's like me. I'm guilty of it. They have one toy. And that toy last I woke up, they said, Papa, the toy. I looked at the toy, oh, Maza. Toy in baby or dano wa yamutu. And I saw that, hey, I'm guilty. They won't play. Let them play. If you don't give them things they play with, they'll play with your phones and they will bath it in water. They will play with the TV. You go home, what's you feel? Come on. A very nice house, flowers, everything. But you go to the hall, nothing. And the children are handicapped. As if we are building, thinking of the wife and the husband alone. The children, look at them with their mother playing. They are making noise. That is it. That will even help you. When they get tired, they sleep early, and your job security is at its highest best. You are free. So please let us buy enough material. I don't know. Children's department, elder, do we have materials there? They have enough. Okay. So Laboni, you don't have a problem. So they should get more varieties so that they will play, because the children cannot sit for long. They need to play. They need to play. They need to play. They need to play. Let's do that. Because some of the things at times we teach them, you go to some schools, teachers teach without materials, and they use their voice. Oh, even when we were in the training college, adults grown with beer at that time. Our teachers, when they teach fraction, we bring oranges, and our math teacher cut them. You will cut, and then he will tell you how to use halves, fractions, how to add. At that time, I have a book on that. So when I see teachers teaching abstract, to a class 3 child, the child is not getting anything. And that is the problem we have. Buy it for them. How much will this cost? How much? These things. How much? Naturally, some of the children are afraid of toys. I have an army officer. He said, Pastor, toys baku 5. Let me say, no, elder. We have what we call desensitization of the child's fear. You first of all take the toy and then embrace the toy. And then you play with the toy as a father. Then the child is looking at the toy. But when you say, hey, then you play with the toy, sleep with the toy, then you say, come, touch it as it was no in his also. So you are desensitizing the fear of the child. As you do for some time, now the child picks the toy, nothing is happening, then the child plays with the toy. If you don't use these tricks, you bring the toys, the children will not like them. Especially the boys, they're afraid, most of them are afraid of toys. The girls like the toys. So let us use this. And then look at this. The man and the wife, this boy is grown. So the two of them came together and they are addressing the issue. Don't be the sole commissioner in that house. You are the only one who sits on cases. Oh, when they are fighting, you will sit as a judge. The mother is not there. They see you as a sole commissioner who is causing trouble for us. They will love their mother. So the two of you come together, sit, and it will help you. Then look at this one. They are fighting while the child is in their midst. Please don't let us fight in front of them. Some of us, when we are annoyed, we don't care. Children are around. We say anything. And some of us, when we spew, it's very pathetic. We insult our people, our wives and husbands. Look at the effect of children who we yell at. They become lonely. Very, very lonely. Look at the toy over there. But the child has no interest in playing with a toy. Look at this. In their own house, look at the chairs. Very beautiful one. It means this boy is living in a very nice home, but the boy is not happy. And that is the cage. There is no safety net for the children in the house. The safety of the children has been taken out. Oh, look at that boy in the school. Academic problems. The child is thinking. Books in the on for a year work. Oh, Oga, let me think of my trouble in the house. Please be very careful. Yelling at children, shouting at children, talking abusively to them, abuse them. Please let us stop. Look at this, what some of them grow to become. They become aggressive. So in fact, this society we are living and we are blaming the police. Police is we have caused it. Our homes, would they take Ghana for example? At least 80% of us are Christians. Is that not it? And then add our Muslim brothers. At least you can get 90 who are religious. Is that not it? But why is it that our homes are still having this kind of problems? It means we come to listen to preaching, but we are not preaching in our homes. The preaching is what? Hanging. So Mami Dugan is here. The children in the house. Anytime they see a car coming, they ask of Pastor Dugan. Why? When he comes, at times he brings something. So Mami brings something. And then they know that anytime they see him, he brings something. Every day they ask me, what is Pastor? What is Pastor? They ask of him. Why can't we do that? And some of us, when we see children, the child is, oh my God, you don't even have time because the child is not your child. Friends, if we fail to deal with child abuse and stop abusing our children by yelling, calling them names, insulting them. This society, these bad behaviors will terrorize us till Jesus comes. And therefore, let's make it a point. If somebody is staying with you, if you are people, teachers, and children around you, please deal with them. Don't shout. Don't shout on people by heart. Let us work on that. Is it not beautiful? When the father and the mother gathered around the children. Some of us, it is work, 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 work. We don't have time to rest. Sundays, files. As if we are the Chief Justice of Ghana. We come, files are on our boot. We come home, we lay them in the hall. The moment we finish, we sit. We sleep at 12. Ade, akufuado, wanda. Wanda. Correct? Nanu wone ne yere na twa keys wo ayino. Olu wo twa keys. O twa yere keys how many ayini? O nkai. Public twa keys. I saw one that was 2016. Mama ne yere no twa keys. Rollins ne yere nko ayi amachi de day no mu di asa. Na oti hon. Ama juma je wama wawari egu. Woni bre man kwada. Woni bre na oba na file ni hokura nso a phone. Obetina phone so saa o WhatsApp wa ha ne yere WhatsApp wa ha. Na we ahwewe no mafamu akwada. He. Yesu ba no oba banka ye mu bebre oba boy ma keke. We have failed the home. Until when you see some of the behaviors as a pastor, I see them in the church, they have a connection with whom? I'm telling you for a fact. Some of them, the way they speak to adults, very bad. When you are there, say, hey. And some of you in the house, those who are from SA, the way they talk to you, some of your parents, and you are not able to do anything. But stand up. Come on, stand up. You see this young man? You see that he's a young man now. You see the height is now with their father. If you have them like this and you don't deal with them properly, and you want to use yelling and shouting on him at this age, you fight. Sit down. You need dialogue. One says, "Say, won't mean Tiano." Says, "Of course, university me boy. Wanya orientation for Franyasa. Na o Tiano. Udi wensa etnetne no. When you be born wensa, oh daddy, you put your hand down. It's too much. Do born wensa to ho say pe. Dakro. O ma wo so say ya. O na wuro wo so ho say ya. O beti ani say ti. So please let us have time for ourselves. May the good Lord bless you and keep you. And let us not yell against our children. Let us find a nice way. Yes, any question, my dear? Okay. Go.
You showed a picture of a couple trying to speak to their son. The son was facing the other side, and they were behind him. So how do you speak to a child like that? Because you'd expect your child to face you and you speak to him or her. How would you deal with that?
All right. At times, some of them, they are so shy because of the crime they have committed. So the child in the first place wants to avoid the two of you, to look straight. You were a teacher before. You see that when you are teaching children and they do something and you are looking straight into their eyes, they turn. So because the child is not facing you, but the child is calm, to listen at that time, you address it. Because the two of you are there. It's not all the time that you get them seated face to face. Some of them, the crime or the thing is so disturbing them. Some of them, they know because of that age. Two, it could also be that that child you see is also stubborn. She doesn't want to listen to what the father and the mothers are saying. When you have children like that, you take them to counseling. Yes, you take them to counseling for them to counsel them. Because this behavior, the more it grows up, it becomes a challenge. So these are the two things. Maybe the child is, unless the child has shown clearly that I don't want to listen to the two of you, then you know that it's a challenge that the two of you cannot handle. You must seek extra help. That is looking for a counselor or a psychologist. Because it has happened in 37 when I was there, a woman came that the girl is 14. Anytime the mother talks, so you see, oh, leave me alone. But we went to 37, find a psychologist for the child, and now the behavior is okay. You see it? So we do that. Because if you allow them to go that way, it will create a problem. So if the child is not feeling shy, and you see that it is a behavior that she's preventing you to talk about, you must seek counseling for it. But if the child is feeling shy to look at your face, to talk, then administer your talk. He will listen, and you carry it out. Yes, any other? Yes.
Pastor, Edenimia says, "Ucheche sanimi." The Baha 1990. Nana mi dikom. Na me pa ha no na msadanso a obo organ no yakoda. For primitive idea saja krasifo ayabakru. Nyame eniam asori nyame pese obi atoche. Timi anu akwam he. Danso fro asori nyame mfa ni agro. Okwa no asaba. Matia no kwa no asaba. Ti dako mehu se oba ho afa no obo ne yie. Organo. Eso chance no so. No be as 8 or 9 years. No starting with odi organ ho agro. Go. Enti ye fan organist adamuleti em so obo organ o sem sabo achi. On seka o ya ma me talent o me na free me nsa. Isi bi trust. Me ye bonu ka chem di. Hey. If it's na me bu say me defending nyame niema.
So now killing talent. Yes. As I said earlier, yes, we kill their talent.
It's talented. Me person odi nyame asaf eniema yedey.
Edi agro.
Because I asaf na yedey nseguso. Ntim who say at the Latin of first organist no. About in shape. Say come be defend akolen. 2. Me papa owo me. So we are boni a on cash into ofro no what transe. Mumienu obehwe osa. We wani osehumanim. Omo pastor. A chair said we did chakura good.
Yeah.
Wa lokko puno no mienu to. Omo. O cho say
that's good.
O sha asi wani. Shame. Pastor, a chair ya de papa.
Yeah.
3 I made my chance sister can say me say. Ungo babonia uso unu batiti. Thursday no last Thursday na me pe ball nti ba bia me aduma shop bi wo mu ball me hwe pa nti me ba late me ba me fa trotro mate in 17 years my first what tani bi any ethical before God and mine penifo no kam no asap e kese gen no kakam na me tia sabrantie empenifo ha was had a papa madane so Pray me and your TV as one 17 years what cha otoibi so that's what the rev no nya second ticket well I can't more pastor why you dance we na no say before yen nyina no I'm say abrantie
o say one na so
o say papa na madane so ana hey ana wani nso ade was so papa na ni nso ade wa boys na so mba broka ba bona say munyai enti mesemo ya kan say mumia mon pipe o enya ma ekoso wiase tazeya penifo papa kura che penitikan man penifo ga no fa boy no fa wata bodin titi so amafo asini ono oba no enti mesemo mumia mon pipe ya kan say ma ekoso
all right
ndamas.
All right, thank you very much. we need to pray a lot and also do our parts as couples and young people. We must begin to train the children. I always say that we are working, but let us have time for family. In fact, Monday to Friday, some of you don't see your children before they sleep. Because before you come 9:30 to 10, they are asleep. In the morning by 4, you are on the way. So your only days you can see your children is Saturdays and Sunday. Make good use of that time. Let us create time. Let us have devotion with the children. Let us nurture our children. My Bible has summoned quality now than when they grow 10 years, 20 years, my friend, nothing enters. So please, as they sit and they walk, so when at times we come to church, we see children loitering around, adults are studying, the children, no provision is made for them. It's a source of worry. Because where is the future of the church? And these same children will grow to become pastors, and then we say that pastors are doing this. Which pastors are doing that? If the church has taken a responsibility to nurture, yes, some of them will go astray as they go, but not all. Not all. There are times some of you have been in this church, you were nurtured, and today you are in the church, you have not gone out. What of that one? Despite the fact that some of them will go astray, a lot of them will be here. Even at times, some of them will go a bit, they will come back. So let us intensify our Christian lives at home. Some of you, there's songs you sing in the house and the movies you watch. They are not good for the children. Why do you watch Kunkum Bakia whilst your children are also watching with you, where there are parts of kissings and using of guns? And the children are there watching 4 years. And we don't care that the children are there, and then these whites, they use the gun. They use their guns, they shoot, trying to portray, and then they kiss, and then children are seated watching. And when they are tormenting you, you say, Pastor, Brensama Betnefio, who invited him? If you invite Brensam, Satan, if you invite him, he will come. He already won that. Let us kill them. There was a small girl in Labonesda school. Last week, I was going out here. I saw her. I saw the no piercing. Said, are you SDA? Said, no. Then she mentioned a church that no, they don't pierce their ears. So, wow. Hey, a new church. It's okay. So I called her. Then I opened her bag. They packed fruits in a nice rubber. She was eating. I said, so won't you buy food? He said, no. I only eat fruits. Then I saw a Bible. Then break time, she said, I read my Bible. I said, some of us are here. Our children don't have Bible. Bible, they don't have. And they are here. You see, at times when I look at Labone, young men, when they come to church, they don't hold Bibles. They just come and sit. You don't know the problem we are creating for the church. Look, by 20 years, all of us here, some of us, our waist are now changing styles. By 30 years, it is these people you see seated here, they will handle this church. Why would the church be? They don't have Bibles. They don't have hymn books. They come and sit down. They listen, they get up and they go. Loitering around and they get up. And is that the people we are building? The first thing I saw in Pastor Jari's house, I stay with that pastor. I passed through 8 pastors' hands. And I know how this church, how this church works. 4 o'clock. You are awake. You start your devotion. 30 minutes. You finish. Go and paste. Bath. Pack your bags for school. Everything. Then you go. And I'm telling you today, the man's children who the ma was Elijah me family babai me tunachini mbemma mu a obesan aba tunachini mbemma mu obesan aba we ade a me de adua ni mu no emfiri ni mu da. I intentionally planted in you, and that was the house. But look at them, they don't have Bibles, they don't have hymn books, and then they are gallivanting up, down, up, down. Some of them, the schools they attend, there is no devotion in the school. And a Seventh-day Adventist who is preparing a next generation for Christ and the church, the school your child attends, no morning devotion. You go to their graduation, they play all sorts of songs. And that is where you think is better for you. Because that is where they do better academically. You have forgotten that the child grows to become somebody in future. And it is this church, the child is coming to be an elder. And that is the situation. And therefore, friends, let us have time. Yes, you have to work. All of us don't have time. But I told my wife, if I'm not there, your devotion, you have to do it. Not all time we are around. These are pastor's work. Look at me. Gray hair, this young man. Why at this age? Pastor Diakra Hana says, why? You are not up to 50 years. Troublesome. You see, make sure you educate your children in the word. And the Hebrew children, what the Hebrews does is that always their children learn. Ask your children if they can give you 5 fundamental beliefs of SDA Church. 5. We have 28. They should recite 5 in order and see. You say? If you read the adult, Adom FM made a show somewhere, and they were some years back. It was a church that embarked on a camp meeting, not SDA Church, and then the presenters were asking them they should give them 2 Bible quotations. My goodness, they couldn't. Give me a quotation. Give me a quotation. Give me a quotation. They couldn't. If we are not careful, we will blame police, we will blame government, but we have failed as a responsibility as parents to work on our children. Some of you are seated. Your children are 20 years, 25. Do you know where they sleep? Do you know where they sleep? Pastor Dodu's daughter, after school, after she was doing her service, so they say, Elder Pastor, let her find, the place is far, a room over there. I say, which room? Which room? The young woman in my house, I should give my daughter at this age a room to stay, and I will sleep here alone. She will take Trotsky from here to wherever she goes until the day somebody will come and marry her. Then I will say bye-bye. This house is where she will be. You don't know where your children sleep. You don't know. They sleep with their boyfriends. Have you ever visited the place? You don't know. So everything is just like that. And Seventh-day Adventist Church, until we stand, pastors are doing their work. Elders are doing their work. It is we, the parents, who should do our work. It's very, very, very important. And therefore, please never ever neglect your children for anything in this world. Money, you die and leave it. Kwame Despite brought the daughter to take over one of the companies he's owing as his own. Then he sent the son to UK, 2 years, graduated in a master, doing PhD, to come back and take over Despite Group. Kennedy Japan trained the son, and now he is managing the TV3, the 2 TV, and the wife is managing the radio. Duncan Williams trained the son, and now the son is taking over the church. The son is a pastor. Sam Kranchakra, the same thing. Why are they doing that? If they don't train them well, will they be able to take over the church? And we don't care. And Abuano, and Abakumbi, I can find somebody and say 24 elders and Amosi day. Waste of time. And we are not looking for it. And our families and our children are debasing. They are doing all sorts of things in the world. And basa and Yemabi. And the home and family who are church I had to say I silent bisano. Ubiao not ya sorry me and Nukunu. What him? Wow, never told nobody. Win him. Hey. One day God will ask all of us. Say, a dear mediation when saying Namuyen is saying no. God will ask us. So you, the young ones seated here, Yariaba, Mami, the hospital, and other people here, if they tell you things they see, but Jaga my more. Mumbo family yamuna mokono. Jordan, a beer. Ubi no muse to say motorway. Now Yariam, you think that you are okay? Would you be sano? And near more moving those kidney failures and quadao moving rantiani ade yanuma phrodisia. Say Pesenia, Ben Mamun Tinkitaudi, and Mafrodisia, dear say your kidneys Ninano. You will never fornicate. May God have mercy.
Pastor, yeah. Very good apport you are giving to us. Some of us who have passed through this, we can see that what you are saying is the truth, is the fact. But Pastor, one thing we see in the Bible, Eli and Samuel. Eli's children were misbehaving. They were eating even the Lord's Supper bread and all what cannot. They brought Samuel into the house. And Samuel became the medium on which God talked to the Eli. Samuel also, we don't know how he trained his children. But Samuel's children also became worse like that of. Pastor, what can you say? Because Samuel had an example. He saw the early children. God gave him the gift. He became the first prophet of Israel. He made a school of prophets. But Pastor, what happens? Samuel's children, we didn't hear any of them being a pastor, being a prophet. We didn't hear it. At least they were misbehaving. The Bible gives us a clear. What, Pastor, what happened? All
right. You see, child training, it is the mother who trains the child. In African context, we think it is the man who trains the child. But we don't have time. To be honest with you, if we say we have time with our children 24/7, it's a lie. You see that Samuel and the rest, they don't have time. They are working for God. And one researcher says he finds that the women didn't take the mantle of the home. So the home crashed. And most of the time, that is how it is. In some cases, you get fathers who are very strict. Very strict. They are in the house. Their job, they don't take much time away. They are there. But friends, if we want to leave every responsibility on the man today, our children will not learn. My children brought 2 Bible texts for us to teach them. It was yesterday, Akuya said, he was trying to say something. I said, what did he say? He was saying, through Christ who strengthened me. He was saying it. It was the woman who taught them. I couldn't even open the Bible and say, learn. you are on the go. This our work. It has no time to close. Pastor's work. We don't know time will close. In the midnight, they say, hey, Jack. It goes. It is the women. So the slightest chance you get as a woman after work, you must work with the children. If we fail to do that, if the father on Sundays, Saturday, Sunday, you are there, you have to do your part. But it looks like, Elder, we have allowed teachers and caregivers training our children for us. That's why at times I like families where they don't have a caregiver, though they go through stress, but it helps them. So I thank you for that. Keep it up. Those of you who take up your own responsibility to care for your children is very stressful, but it pays. These caregivers, we don't know where they are coming from. They are from a village somewhere or another town. You bring the child. If you are away, what are they doing? What are they doing in the house? It is something else. And teachers, some of us, we leave the children in the hands of their teachers. The teachers who mold our children for us. They teach them. They do everything. They stay with them all the hours. We just come and pick them and take them home. So if we fail, Eli and the rest fail because there is no a backup plan at home to help the children grow. And naturally too, when children grow to a certain point, you give them good education and training, they can choose to go astray. And lo and behold, as we are also working, the devil is also pursuing. You understand? So if I didn't get you, the man and the woman, then I must look through and get the children too. But naturally, we have failed as a people at times to nurture them. We also have some pastors' sons who are wayward in our church. We have daughters who are pastors' daughters who fornicate, do all sorts of things. And then you also see another family, very unique. You see how it is? It means when the children didn't get the upbringing in initial stages and they grow and want to build up, it will be difficult. Very, very difficult. I know you have children, right? They are all grown and...
Very, very painful. The child was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Submissive. Respectful. I saw that guy here. And you can see the kind of saint of respect, dedication, loyalty. You can see even you look at the child, you will find that there is a kind of sensibility which made the child to feel shy.
Okay.
That when even you haven't talked to him, he's already what? But father, when he got to a place, you can't see that child again. And
wow.
even that
the child is gone.
Even that child gone, he has not even left home. And it's longer.
Left the house.
It's no longer 7-day Adventist.
Wow.
Pastor, what is happening? You see, it making some of us who are in the church and our children were giving some. For me, I say I give a soldier training. My children, soldier training. If you don't want to go through soldier training, then you cannot be my child. Because you see, Pastor, when you respect the children too much, hey, at the age of 13, the boy wants to drive a car. Oh, darling, it can't be. So I will say, Mommy, you leave everything with me. Oh. These boys, 4 of them, I will leave them with me. But some, I know, even in our society, Abunde here, I stay here, coffee shop, I know. All the children that grew with my children, they are all now spoiled children.
Wow.
One boy my son brought, is called Kwame. That boy is now a big businessman. And he married a pastor's daughter from Tamale. And the mother is always worshiping me up to today. Pastor, so what you are saying, I am saying we have to get a very good, like what you are doing, the practical training. The family life should not only come with it, but I am thinking we should not come with child training. The teachers among us help us so that we will know that when we leave our children in the hands of the teacher is only giving that child education knowledge and not moral this thing upright. So, Pastor, we beg you.
See a hand over there. Thank you.
I'm a teacher. I was a teacher. I'm now on pension. But I was a teacher. I'm now on pension. So I want to give some tidbits to parents. I've studied the home intensively, and I realized that the presence of TV is crushing the spirit of children, seriously speaking. So first and foremost, we have to have a very good control of the children watching the telly. Every child needs 10 clear hours of sleep. As parents, if you want good children, make sure that by 7, every child is in bed. Yes. So by 4, 5, the child is up. When the child is in bed by 7, then you, the parents too, you have time to relate with each other the way you want. So by 4 a.m., the 10 hours, sometime by 5, they are up. When they are up, then you can call them and counsel them. Let them read their Bibles. Don't read the Bible and tell them the stories. That is how our children got spoiled. Because when they grow up, they think you push your God on them. So allow them to read the Bible themselves. And let them tell you, if they read a verse, the verse we have read, what is God saying? And then let them learn at least every month, even if it's one Bible verse, make sure they learn it and they know it very well. Once it gets into their subconscious mind, that Bible verse is going to control their lives. So wherever they are pushed to, they will not be caught there. They will always go in and come out. Because that Bible verse will take full control of them. So because the child by 13, they are in their teens. By 13, they have developed a will. You cannot control them. So the best time to train a child is the first 7 years. When you're able to train the child very well, discipline the child very well, from 7 years you become friends. She does something, or you tell her, and she takes your instruction. It is because the children don't have enough sleep. And besides that, parents give children too much sugary food. And that sugary food disturbs the frontal lobe of the brain. So what the effect it has on them is that they can't concentrate for a long time.
They become hyperactive.
They cannot concentrate for a very long time. So even with the academic work, you see that they have problems. So let children eat normal foods. Let them take a lot of fruits. And then the greens that Pastor has said is very, very, very vital if you want your children to be very, very strong. If you don't control their appetite, they grow up and they become slaves to their appetite. So men or women use them, manipulate them anyhow. Then 2, make sure the children do house duties. Don't leave the house duty for other people to do for them. That is why they should sleep very early. The whole family, you sleep very early. By 4, 5, you and the children, you are up. You discuss the Bible for 30 minutes, and then you supervise them. You just supervise them. Within 21 days, if you're sweeping, supervise the child for 21 days. And she'll be perfect at sweeping. Then you leave that. You go to washing. You do it. You go to cleaning. You do like that. So by a certain distance, the child has rounded up very well and become very, very responsible. But if you, the children, the parents are too interested in watching the telly too long, and the children copy that distance, then you are going to have problems in your homes. Thank you.
Thank you, man. That's practical experience. So very soon, those who have girls like Elder TK and the rest, they will prepare food for you very soon. Your girl, very soon they'll be preparing Elder Horace. You don't have a problem. Very soon they will take up the mantle and their mothers will be okay. Train them now. Train them now. Some of us, we don't want our children to wash at all. And they marry and they are not able to wash. You need a washing machine. Hey, And if your husband cannot buy a washing machine, what will you do? And life too, we start life small, small. Is that not it? We start small, 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 then we grow up like that. And then the moment you go to the house, you are asking of a washing machine. And your husband is now moving up gradually. It will create a problem. So please, let them wash. They can wash their clothes a little bit, and then you come and then rinse it and then hang it. And then let them do small, small things. Let us educate our children. Let us educate our children. And let us have time for them. So God bless you and God keeps you. So that as we have learned about yelling today, I know we are not going to shout, abuse children that way. Please, let us manage. All of us are victims. I'll be shouting at times. You feel like your throat is about to break. Please, they are all bad habits. We are all at fault. Let us learn from that. And you, the young ones who are contemplating marriage, please make sure you choose rightly. The last time when we did a singles night, some of you didn't come. It was very beautiful. They've learned a lot. If you don't get much education now, and you go and take something like an albatross on your neck, in SDA, we are not going to divorce, please. You carry that albatross till Jesus comes. You get tired. So please, we will no church elder here or pastor who agree that you should divorce. You don't know, we are finished. So please take your time. Some of you are here, you are boyfriend, girlfriend, please. There's no time for it all. I tell you, if you don't take care and you run yourself into trouble, you cause trouble for the church. For you dying for us to go to Osu or La Emberi is not a problem, because the land is there. But the problem on the church and your family is the trauma you leave behind. That is our worry. So please, let us stay. And those of us who have married and also look for gardens, there is no garden after marriage. All gardens are closed. Look to one garden that the Lord has given to you. Mebusam said, "Numuabu amunsio." Tina hua kopem Yesu beba. Nyame shiramu. Na dumunti. Amen. Shall we be on our feet as we close? So, those who are here and they've married, I said Lanoff is doing their marriage talks on 6th August. And 6 March, 6 August. Okay, 6 March, 6 March, 6 March, 6 March. And then I have a book I want you to make photocopy for the married ones. If you need it, you contact Celine. She is in charge of my custody books. So if you contact her, you give her name, we'll find it and make a photocopy. That book should not find its way in any unauthorized hands. If it finds its way in unauthorized hands and you cause havoc to any young man, any woman, I have no problem. So if you get it, you read it together. Every night, read a chapter with your wife. Before you finish the pages, the Lord bless you. Hallelujah. Nyamin Shiramo. Shall we take our hymn books, Elder? We are singing hymn 50 for our closing song.